Okay, Timmy, it is totally okay if you keep this part in the podcast. I am going to do my lip gloss really quickly to start this episode because, you know, a girl's gotta look cute even if she's crippled, okay? This is really hard. So, like, I try to use my non-dominant arm and my dominant hand. I just can't move my shoulder. So this is where this gets tricky. I want some, like, okay. And then I don't really know, road girls or like makeup girlies, please tell me. This part, like what is this part for? Brother, it's not a good movement. Okay, let's do our lip gloss. Take a sip of our matcha. Okay. Podcast. Timmy, so, okay, wait, here we're gonna take the picture before we start. I'm gonna have my matcha in my broken hand. And then we're gonna use this one as like just a little something to take the edge off, you know? Okay, wait. And I'm gonna film a TikTok too. And then we're gonna get started with this episode. Okay, let's move this further away. Okay. Cute. Okay, let's record this episode. Okay, now that I'm done goofing around, hi, Wealth and Wellness Studio. Welcome back to the Wealth and Wellness Podcast. Oh my gosh, I butchered it. Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Wealth and Wellness Studio, the podcast that's here to help you get hotter, happier, healthier, and wealthier. You guys, in the last episode, I believe I talked about that I had some hard things coming up this month. I think we talked about depression and what I do when I'm depressed. So this is here and nice to follow up on talking about, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. We're going to be talking about opioids. We're going to be talking about my surgery. We're going to be talking about brain health. And we're kind of going to continue this conversations on like very actionable steps of what you can do when like life is really, really not ideal. But before we get started, you guys, this podcast is for the girls and gentlemen too, but mostly for the girls who are here building their dream life, and they're not going to stop until their God-given purpose, their God-given why is like living, breathing, like they're fulfilling their purpose here on this earth. And so if that fits you, or if you get something out of these episodes, and I really try to make them focused on giving you like actionable daily tools of small things that you can do to get hotter, happier, healthier, wealthier, and get closer to building your dream life. If this podcast helps you, it would mean the world to me if you click the subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend. And if you really want to make me happy, leave a 5-star review. It helps us more than you know. But yeah, click that subscribe button, share this with a friend, and please follow us on Instagram at Wealth and Wellness Studio and DM me. DM me. Oh, Preston. Hi, babe. I'm podcasting. Well, that sounds really nice. Were you trying to take me with you? Okay. Back to the episode. I don't even remember where I was at, but let's get started. Okay, you guys. So why is my shoulder, first of all, if you're watching this on Spotify, go to the YouTube version of this. It has video, but my brain is currently a little bit all over the place. So for those of you guys who aren't watching the video version of this, I have a sling on. I just got surgery 8 days ago on my labrum. And basically what happened is 2 years ago, I was learning how to snowboard from a skier. I didn't know how to snowboard. I was learning from a YouTube video. First day, I partially dislocated my shoulder, and then I ignored it for a full year. And then I was getting my solo skydiving license a year later. And I didn't know that I had partially torn my labrum because I have a really high pain tolerance, and I was just ignoring the injury, did not get it taken care of, which I do not recommend doing. So basically, I ignored the injury, and then a year later, I was getting my solo skydiving license. And on my first solo skydiving jump, as soon as I jumped out of the plane, the rest of my labrum tore. So basically, on my first solo jump, I tore the rest of my labrum. It was really sketchy. I felt like super unstable in the air. It was very painful, but I ended up landing just fine. And they told me you can't come back until you get this fixed, which, like, obviously, duh. So I started on my journey of trying to do things to avoid surgery. I did stem cell, I did PRP therapy, I did 8 months of physical therapy, and it helped a lot. My shoulder stabilized for about 8 months. I didn't have any more dislocations. And then earlier this summer, I was playing pickleball and my shoulder dislocated again, and basically got more MRIs done, went to see a couple of surgeons, and they all said the same thing, that just because of the anatomy of the injury, it's going to keep dislocating until I get it fixed. So I decided that I don't want to like have 3 children in the future, something like that, and be on a surf trip with them and have my shoulder like pop out of socket. So I just bit the bullet, decided to get the surgery done. But there's a lot of things that I knew coming into this because I've had ACL surgery, I've had surgery on my wrist, like I've been through this before. Long recovery processes, like this is going to be a good 4 to 6 months before I'm back to normal. And it's really hard because number one, I don't react well to sitting still. It's very, very difficult for me to sit still, which I think is kind of a benefit. I think God sometimes slows us down when we won't slow ourselves down through circumstances in our life. But we'll get into that. Second, I don't react well to opioids. They genuinely make me feel really depressed. This is like a reaction that some people have to certain drugs, and it like genuinely throws my brain off balance in a way that I'm a very happy person, not normally depressed, but it really puts me like under a dark cloud. So there's that. And then its impact on my work and many other things. And yeah, like there's a lot that goes into sleeping. Like I'm a stomach sleeper, and with this stupid thing, it's really, really hard to sleep. But if I take it off, I risk injury. So there's like a lot of things, like not being able to be in my normal activities, not being able to film for brands, not being able to do my modeling gigs. Like there's like so many things that go into this, the effect on my brain health, etc. So yeah, so today I really wanted to talk about just like post-surgery and kind of give you the backstory on what happened, which I got to do. And actually, I'm gonna take this off for the rest of this because I actually am feeling super claustrophobic, and I can as long as I don't move it. But you can see, again, if you're on YouTube, you can see the incision sites on my shoulder. But basically the hard part too is it's my dominant hand, so that makes it really hard to like, can't do my makeup, can't do my hair, like had to have my boyfriend wash my hair. I have a dry bar membership that I'm going to 4 times a week, which I'm actually doing a partnership with, and I'm really excited. So I'm doing that once a week for the first month, and then doing a meal prepping service from this place locally that has no seed oils. Honestly, I should have had them sponsor this, but no seed oils, protein packed food with great macros. So thank you, Kapow. Not thank you, I'm paying for it, but yeah. Those are some of the things that I'm doing to like stay on top of it. And but I wanted to share like my experience with the surgery. I'm actually starting a vlog, and I'm vlogging it, so you'll be able to watch that experience. Although it's probably not going to come out for forever. But my mentality, like I had time to prepare for this. And this is why, guys, I feel like through this podcast, I hope I inspire you like to really go build something of your own, like whether that's a like content agency or like any sort of service that you can offer, any sort of coaching that you can offer, posting online and making money through content, or starting a blue collared business, or like whatever it is that you can do that like gives you agency for yourself, do, because life is hard and you're going to have moments like this. And I feel so blessed to like be in charge of my own schedule, get to work from my laptop, from my bed, so that I can like still survive during a time period like this, and also continue to make money. But yeah, I'm like a huge advocate of building your life in a way where you're able to prepare for like seasons like this. And I think that that's so important to do, because things like this are going to happen, and you want to be like, if you're just passively spending your life like watching TV, not doing anything with your life, like don't be surprised whenever like things hit the fan and you're not ready for it. Sleeping has been extremely hard. Like laying on my back is like really uncomfortable. And like I mentioned, my brain reacts really poorly to the opioids. I can't speak. So I've been I took oxycodone for like the first 6 days and I finally stopped it. And I swear, like I was like spiraling deep into like a dark cloud of depression. Like I was not well. Like I'm a person who usually sees the bright side in things and like is like, well, okay, like if I can't do anything else, I can walk, etc. But of course, I was in pain, struggling to sleep. The drugs really made me feel like I had like a dark cloud over me. So I just really wanted to share that, just to like share about the honest, real side of life, that like it's not always sunshine and rainbows. And like, yeah, it's hard when you can't really, like dressing myself takes like forever because I can't really move my hand past a certain angle. Or at least I shouldn't. And yeah, so I'm sharing this so that you know, like, I always get confused when people like are surprised by like sadness or like evil or death or like dark things that happen in life, because in reality, like the only thing that's guaranteed in life is that we die and that we're going to suffer. Like good things are not guaranteed to us. And so I truly believe like it is our responsibility to like seek out the good and build our life, because it doesn't like accidentally happen. Like suffering is guaranteed to happen, but like good things are not. So like you have to go like build that. You have to build gratitude. You have to build a good life for yourself. Like it doesn't just accidentally happen unless you're lucky enough to have someone who's done the work in your life for you, like a parent, a friend, somebody who hands it to you, which most of the time I think it's just so much more empowering to like get out there and build your own dream life. But yeah, like suffering is guaranteed. So it's like, it's not a surprising thing, but there are ways to deal with it when it comes up. And of course, like having a good support system and a good belief system and having faith in something that's bigger than you is so helpful. But I wanted to share some practical tools on just like how you can continue to stay sane when this happens. So here are kind of like my biohacks and support for you. And this is what I was doing to help offset like the damage from the opioids and the oxycodone and like what it was doing to my brain. So two things is like bright light therapy and morning sunlight. So this resets your dopamine and serotonin, because when you're taking oxy or when you're on other medication and drugs after situations like this, it can really impact your dopamine. And so if you have a dopamine like deficit, it's really, really hard for your brain to like, and serotonin, it's really hard for your brain to produce those feelings that create like joy and happiness in your life. So bright light therapy, morning sun, like no matter how depressed you are, like just like get outside and like sit there and absorb the sunshine, or like buy a hatch lamp from online. But always like the best thing you can do is like get real sunlight, even if you don't feel like it, because it resets your dopamine and serotonin. Magnesium, omega-3s, and vitamin D. I take the supplement from Cover 3 that has all of those things, plus curcumin and alpha GPC. Really important to support our mood and brain health, like from the inside out, because like our brain physically, like if your brain is not getting like the nutrients that it needs or the support that it needs, you're going to experience mental health symptoms. And it's so important that we support it structurally as well as like psychologically. But like sometimes you can't think your way into a better mood. Like you genuinely need the physical support. You need to stop the thing that's damaging your brain, even though sometimes you can't control it. Like I needed the opioids for the pain med, but I really recommend Cover 3. They have Brain Boost for adults, and this is not sponsored. This is like genuine. Like genuinely, it has been what has saved me like post shoulder surgery. But yeah, so magnesium, omega-3s, vitamin D support mood and brain health. Exercise is tolerated. So like obviously there's certain days where you can't and you just need to rest, but like even short walks can release endorphins. Going to the gym and trying to hit legs when I feel up to it, and like giving my body the space that it needs to go through what it needs to go through, and remembering that emotions are a tunnel. So sometimes you just have to feel them, and the lower the low, the higher the high. Like you have to be able to experience a full wide range of emotions. It's part of the human experience. Sadness, happiness, like all of it. Like you have like death, grief, joy, like love, like hopefully you get to experience the full range of the human experience and just view it as part of it, not like the entirety of your life. And I think having that frame helps so much when it comes to like going through really hard times. Social connections can protect against the isolation that opioids can cause. When you start to feel like you're under a dark cloud or depressed, it's really easy to just want to like shove yourself in a hole and like not come out and feel hopeless. So just do your best to reach out to somebody so that you're not alone and you have somebody checking in on you. And then gradual tapering, obviously, of like getting off and out of the situation that's like making you feel awful. So that's kind of like, I just wanted to share those biohacks because it's really, really easy when you're going through a hard time to just feel hopeless. And this is just my reminder to you that you can continue to do things that you know are going to help build your dream life and you know are going to make you hotter, happier, healthier, wealthier. Even when you feel awful and you're going through a really hard time, you always have agency over your life, and it's just a season. It's a moment. It's a part of the human experience, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck there. And I had a therapist tell me once that psychological health is the ability to how quickly can you transition from like bounce back from like hard emotions and like hard moments. So this is my toolbox to help you, and I hope that this helps. And let me know what you guys think. And yeah, be sure to follow for more episodes and come back for more in season 3. This is really the season of following through on all the things that we said we're going to do. We're going to be building so much. I'm currently still in the process of right now healing my body and my mind, but also building my marketing agency and getting more clients. And we're going to be talking about sales and marketing and all the good things soon, and money management. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.